What's up, superstars? On today's video, we're gonna be unboxing and checking out a brand new hat press that we just picked up from Amazon. It might be one of the best budget-friendly hat presses that you can get if it works for DTF. Now, this one has well over 1,500 reviews, 4.3 stars, so it's pretty highly reviewed, but we're gonna actually give it a test to see if it's actually worth your dollars. Now, this is not a Stahl's Hetronics 360 hat press. This is well over $1,800. This Vevor Hat Press is only $115, so that's a pretty good price point, but let's see if it works for DTF. So before we get started with the unboxing, I just want to say we're not affiliated with Vevor. We're actually simply testing it out to see if it's good for a DTF. We're actually going to be using hats that we got from FlexFit as well as Yupoong, so thanks so much for sending us the hats. Now let's get to the unboxing. First thing I'm gonna do is get this plugged in. We're gonna time how long it takes to hit 300 degrees. While that's getting fired up, let's go ahead and turn this on. Start the timer, and then we're going to adjust the temperature. 300, and then, let's go ahead and release this. All right, the timer was going on because it was stuck in there, but it's still heating up to 300. That didn't change. Let's move the timer to 7 seconds. There you go. So it's firing up to 300 degrees, 7 seconds. I'm just gonna go ahead and test the pressure. Okay, let's go ahead and let it run. Gonna do a quick dollar bill test just to check the pressure. It's pretty tight on that end. Let's go ahead and stamp this side. It's also very tight, so I don't really need to adjust the pressure. And when you're dealing with hats, pressure is not the most important thing. So let's go ahead and let this heat up to 300. We'll see how long that takes. All right, let's talk about the hats that we're gonna be using. So we're using both a FlexFit as well as a Yupoong. As far as the FlexFit, there's different sizes here, so make sure you order the right size. This one in particular is a uni panel, so it makes it nice and easy for us to put some transfers on here. You don't have to worry about the extra seam like you would get on this one. This one right here is gonna be their unipanel trucker hat. It's the pure black trucker hat. Nice mesh here. 5-panel. It's 97% polyester, 3% spandex. Now the next one here is going to be the Yupoong. This is the 6606 MC, which is the multi-camo snapback. 60% polyester, 39% of cotton, 1% PU spandex. It's got that camel pattern that looks pretty popular these days. Black plastic snap. All right, let's talk transfers. So we got these hat prints printed on our minimum gang sheet. Guys, all these transfers right here fits in our minimum 22 by 12 gang sheet. It's only $10, so if you guys need transfers, make sure you head over to our website, place your order today. You can technically make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 34 designs. Sorry guys, I didn't even know how many I put in there. I just decided to count, but 34 hat designs. Basically, this only costs $10, so that's pretty cheap, guys. You can make so many hats with it. Now we're gonna be using 2 different designs. One is going to be this AI generated QR code that I did for a previous video that we just decided to turn into a hat design. And the other one is a Chinese emblem that's for luck, I believe. So that's what we're gonna be doing, these 2 designs here. I'm also gonna see if that one scans afterwards. So we'll get the transfers aside. Now guys, as far as the transfer size, so I kept everything at 2 1/4 because as I was measuring here, that's usually where the top starts to bend. So I definitely want to make sure that it's within that curve or else it gets very difficult to press. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Let's go ahead and start with the temperature. So we have this set at 300 degrees. Let's get rid of the timer. Let's go ahead and use our infrared gun to see if it actually hits the right temperature. So 296, about 282-ish. So definitely a cold spot on that corner right there. 280, 290. So yeah, the sides are a little bit colder than the top. Just make sure you guys compensate for that if needed. That might be one of the things that is not very regulated, but I think it's gonna be fine with that 20-degree difference. That shouldn't be a big deal breaker. So let's go ahead and start off. I'm gonna choose the Yupoong design first. Let's go ahead and grab our heat resistant tape. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this graphic so I'll make it nice and easy to put on. And let's go ahead and put some tape between both sides. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and get this lined up, and then we're gonna do our best to get it right there. All right. Now, one of the things I don't love about it is, again, I'm putting it over a seam. So that's something that is a little bit challenging. You do need to know what you're doing to get that right. You might not dial it down and get it right the first time around. So keep practicing, because that's something that you need to do with hats. They're definitely a little bit trickier to put on than regular transfers. So make sure you guys charge accordingly. We usually definitely charge more for putting some transfers onto a hat. So now let's go ahead and line this up. Okay, so now both hats are set up. Now let's go ahead and try this out. This is going to be the handle that you lift up, and then you want to go ahead and put the hat in there. And then you're going to go ahead and slowly release it. And as you're releasing it, this is going to tighten up and give your hat a nice flat surface for it to press on. So right now I'm going to go ahead and check this out. So guys, one thing I did not mention is going to be the size of this. I believe it's 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I just confirmed 3.5, and this is actually 6 inches. So not 5.5, 6 inches. They might be talking about 5.5 for that heating platen. That's probably what it is. So let's go ahead and lay this flat. All right, so one thing I'm noticing right away though is that this is not the nicest and flattest hat pattern. If I'm pressing this down, there's actually a lot of space right here. I don't love that. I wish it was flatter so that I would get a more even, nicer press. But I'm just gonna go ahead and use what I can and do my best to get it through. So there you go. Let's go ahead and press. So it's 300 degrees, nice and flat, press. All right, let's go ahead and move that aside. We'll let that cool down. Let's come here. Do the same thing. Make sure it's pulled all the way through, nice and flat. You want to make sure that this gets outside of this so that this is nice and flat when you're pressing it. So let's go ahead and press. Okay. Let's go ahead and let that first one cool down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start releasing this transfer. Since I knew that there was a little gap here, I'm gonna slowly remove it. I wanna make sure that it actually will release all the way. If not, I might have to add a heat press pillow. That's a fix. I'm not exactly sure until we actually try to use this. So let's try to peel, and hopefully, there you go. It looks pretty good. It feels pretty good. Everything is flat. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a second press. Let's go ahead and expose the next design. There you go, same thing, peeled off nicely. Let's go ahead and do a second press. So let's set this up again, nice and flat. I'm gonna go ahead and use a finishing sheet. We got this from Stalls. This creates a screen printed finish to it. It gives it a textured look. I think this is about a $60 sheet right here. Very expensive, but guys, it helps get you that nice streetwear screen printed design. So let's also hit this for 7 seconds. Not sure if you can see the details, but if I'm moving it a little bit, there's definitely a pattern, textured pattern to it. All right, let's go ahead and do that to the same design. All right, let's take a look at that. It's a nice matted finish, textured design. And then I'm gonna bust out my phone real quick. This is my phone. It's actually a QR code, so let's see if it scans. Boom, there you go. Scannable QR code right on a hat. If you guys haven't seen this tutorial for this video, how we made this, make sure you guys check it out. I'll put a link below. We have it set to our website. This is where it goes to. Perfect. Now, the last thing I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna show you one more quick versatile use of a hat press. So this is just a sample shirt that we did for a customer. He's gonna be coming and checking it out. I'm just gonna cut off the tag for this US blank. Obviously I should be doing a cleaner job at that, but I'm just using this for a demonstration purpose. Even for demo, let's just clean it up a little bit. Just gonna grab some tape. Let's say you have your shirt set up, you just pull it through here. That's the midpoint. Just gonna lay this right here, that. All right, now because I have some very, very fine details, like my 100% cotton, where it's from, some wash care, you definitely wanna let these cool down and not just peel right away. That's the trick to getting all the fine details through. So let's let it cool and then we'll peel. Let's go ahead and release the transfer. You're gonna grab a corner. Let's peel off the tape so there's no resistance. Boom, there you go. Just like that, done from a hat press. You can't even see it from the back. DTF is definitely a game changer. So let us know if there's anything that we can help you guys with as far as transfers. So far, we like this hat press. It works pretty well. This is the first shot using at it, and it was 100% successful on all the test subjects that we used. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Again, with a hat press, it's not too critical whether you have a lot of pressure or not, because you're really not washing the hat. But so far from what we've seen, it looks pretty good. Let us know your thoughts.